Hello YugiTube, it's Emma Blue Eyes 10 here on DevPro with another deck building topic, and this time it's going to be on how to build a competitive / meta deck, just from my own experiences. Now, I know I've got Blue Eyes White Dragon here, so you can see there's been a few different changes, but it's still editing it, still testing it out, but there probably will be a video on Blue Eyes Dragons coming up very soon. But anyway, I'm actually going to clear that, and I'm actually going to build a meta deck that I have never touched before. I've seen played and I've dueled against it, but I've never played it myself. And as you can see, it's Twilight. Now, the Twilight deck, which was quite popular several years ago, was a combination of dark monsters with things like Gores, Tragoria, Dark-Armed Dragon and everything, along with the milling power of the Light Swans. So I'm going to try and build I'm going to try and build this deck, and this is one I've never built before, but it's just going to show you guys how a competitive deck is built, just from thoughts and processes and experiences. So I hope you enjoy and I hope you find it useful. Okay, so Twilight, I said, had Light Sworn, so I'm going to type that in here and I'm going to look. Now, typical of competitive or meta decks, most of the time they maximize their options. In other words, if they've got the option to special summon a lot, or blow stuff up, or draw a lot or anything, they will use it if it helps with consistency of the deck. So, I'm going to start off with one of the boss monsters for this deck, which is Judgment Dragon. I'm going to put 3 of those. You can only be special summoned by having 4 more Light Sworns with different names in the graveyard. And basically you pay 1,000 life points and destroy all the cards on the field except him. So, a very good card, and because there's no restriction on his summoning, if you've got multiple in your hand, you can special summon quite a few of them. Okay, so we've got our 3 Judgment Dragon there. Now again, like I did with the Dark Magician fun deck video, if I feel like I've got too many monsters or too many of certain cards, I will narrow it down. But just as a general point, just from what I've seen in competitive decks and everything, they tend to try and maximize out their options so they can get that game win and everything. So, right, I definitely know Celestia. That's not too bad. Level 5, so put 2 of you in here. Wolf cannot be normal summoned or set, but if it's milled, it gets to special summon itself, so it's good for tributes and stuff. But I'm not too. So I'll put 2 of him in there as well. Just cause with all the milling power that the deck will do, regardless, Wolf will more than likely get sent to the graveyard. Or if I use it for discarding with some effects in that as well. Something else I definitely saw was Lila. Now I would maximize 3, but I think, well, why not? I'll just maximize 3 for the moment. Erin, I'll put 1 of Erin just to bounce back defensive monsters. I'll put 2 Lumina, just special summon, discarding and stuff, and then I'm going to go 3 Raikou just because it actually does destroy cards on the field, so that's pretty cool. Just going to keep on looking. Now, their draw power, they have quite a bit of draw power with the Light Swans, so this is pretty much half the deck is Light Swans. I'm just going to I'll put in 1 charge of the Light Brigade, which adds Light Swans to the hand if needed. I'm going to put in 3 solar as well, and I think that'll be it for the Light Swan realm. So that's half the deck built pretty much already, and all of it is Light Swan cards. So I've got my 3 Judgment Dragon as the main boss monster, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different Light Swans, so I can fulfill the requirements to summon that Judgment Dragon, and I've got all the draw power with the Light Sworns that can become available. Now, Twilight, as I said, also utilizes dark monsters, and the immediate boss monsters I can think of for the darks that was used was things like Dark-Armed Dragon, which is limited. We had Gores as well, the Emissary of Darkness as a sort of hand trap. I've also seen some builds with Tragoria, so I'm just going to look for 2 of him, and they're all dark monsters. What else was there? Oh yes, of course, classic meta boss monsters used today, such as Blacklist a Soldier. Since I've got light and dark in here, why not put 1 of him in here? And while we're on the topic of chaos, I can spell right. I have really got... We're adding a Chaos Sorcerer as well. So I'll put him there. So I'm pretty much got nearly half the deck sorted already, but I want to add in a few more dark monsters, but I can't think of any off the top of my head that are quite very good at the moment. So we'll go on to the basic staples of any deck now. So that of course includes the staple magic trinity of Yu-Gi-Oh, which is Dark Hole, which are cards like Dark Hole, Monster Reborn, and I'm just going to go with the dub art this time, Heavy Storm. Now, I'm not going to add any MSTs in at the moment, just because I've got, of course, 3 Lila and everything, and she pretty much can be reused quite a few times if she stays on the field. What else am I going to do? Oh yes, Positive Duality. Now, even though this deck does require a bit of special summons, Positive Duality is still a very good card if you want to add just some stuff to the hand. So we've pretty much nearly got this deck built at the current time. What else? Of course, I'm also going to put in... I'm also going to put in my 2 Mirror Force, because personally I consider that a staple trap card for nearly any deck. So I'm definitely going to put him in. Now, because there's quite a lot of... Now, and I'm also going to put in Trencher Tribute. Trencher Tribute as well. Because that's quite a good card for getting round stuff. Say if you have not the boss monsters out, but you have to trencher the field because your opponent decides to overswarm or something, then that's very good. Get just instead any ability to maximize out stuff. So getting rid of like stuff on the opponent's field or getting rid of stuff on the field is very good. Maximizing out draw power if possible, and using basic staples and everything, always very good. So as you guys can see, we're almost at 40 cards already, and this deck is pretty much mostly built. What else is there? Of course, Pot of Ivories as well. Just because it'll allow me, because the deck mainly focuses on the Lightsworn side, of course it will mill quite a bit, so I would like to at least be able to recycle my monsters just in case, and it also adds in a bit more draw power. What else? What did I see in Twilight? Oh yes, Plague Spreader Zombie. I saw him. Now, sadly, it's interesting we don't see many of Plague Spreader Zombie nowadays. But I have seen some really cool combos of when he's in the graveyard, you place a card back on top of the deck, say for example Wolf, if it's in your hand, summon Zombie Synchro, and then if you still got a Lightsworn on the field, and if it mills the Wolf and you get Wolf back, which is quite a cool little strategy, so I'm going to put him in there. 3 spaces left. More zombie type cards. Now, what other turn? Actually, thinking about it, another really good meta card that could be applied here if I can spell. I am really bad at spelling for some reason. Effect Veiler. Now, I'm going to put in 2 Effect Veiler. Or shall I no, I'll go with my golden rule, maximize out. Normally I would dither about with 2 or 3 depending on, but since it's I'm trying to think as competitively as I can, I want to maximize the effects if I can. We've also got Maxi. I knew that was not gonna Max Warrior. See if we can. I'm just gonna see what Maxi is. Is it a dark or is it something else? And I can't seem to find it. Right, I'll just try this to see what comes up. Flying Scene, there we go. Maxi is an Earth type monster. Now, I would consider that more of a side deck card, but since I personally don't play side decks, I'm not going to put that in. But it's an Earth type monster. No. What other monsters were... Oh yes, there you go. This probably wasn't used a lot, but I could consider Battle Fader just because it is, well, I could consider Battle Fader if I wanted. Just cause there are, even though I've got quite a few hand traps, I've got Gores and I've got the Effect Veilers and I've got Tragoria and all that. Do I want to add Battle Fader? I don't think. One, two. Oh, that's only actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I would like to add in some more dark monsters, but I'm unsure which ones to add. So I'm just gonna, because I'm unsure, I'm just gonna quickly go to the search engine and just have a quick look through them. And I'll just put level 4s. And then I'll just go down from there. Of course, that's all I have to admit, dark monsters are one of the biggest attributes known. Just quickly have a look around to see. There probably are a couple of dark monsters I've missed. As I said, this is the first time I've ever built this kind of deck. And I don't think, to be honest, I'll be keeping this deck. To be honest, just because I'm just showing you guys how this kind of deck is built, to be honest, on something I've never built before. I was, to be truthful, I was going to think about building dragon rulers instead, but it's like I already know quite a lot about dragons, so that'd be easy. So I'd try and go for a deck I've never ever touched or played or done whatever before. So I'm just going to do that then. Breaker. Could put that in if I wanted to, just to go with Lila and getting rid of some cards. Of course, the Gravekeepers as well. Armageddon Knight. Could potentially think about that, because it could send things like Plague Spreader to the graveyard and then sync with Armageddon Knight into something. So can also send things like Tragoria or whatever, or another Armageddon Knight or something. So I'll put maybe one of him in there as well. So I'm heading over the 40 card limit, but I think that'll be fine. I think one just to send stuff to the grave. True, I haven't got very many dark monsters. I've only got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other targets, but maybe one will be enough. Necroface, what's that? Oof, that's a nasty little card. Normal summoned. Actually, back into their decks. That could be of help actually. It's a zombie monster as well. Go away, performance alert, we don't need you in the video. Because say if Plague Spreader is removed from play, or if I remove stuff from play with the chaos aspects with these 3 monsters, this could actually help bring them back. So I'll definitely put in one of those then. I'll just have to watch out for its side effect, but that shouldn't be too bad. Just have a quick look through. Ah, Tsukuyomi. Now, would I consider maybe him? Possibly. I think in fact I'll take out Dark Armageddon and I'll put in 2 Tsukuyomi. Just because it's a nasty little card. You know, when it's flipped. You know, it faces down a monster. And I'm pretty sure this would have been quite good if it had been released back a couple of years ago. So I've got 43 cards now. So I think I've got enough lights and darks now. It's also it can be easily run over, but it flips the monster face down, so you've got no problem. Yeah, I think that's it for the dark monsters. So I think that'll be it for the main deck. So I'm just going to narrow down the main deck, and then I shall go on to the extra deck and everything and what options I have there. So I've maxed out my options. Is there anything I actually could possibly? Well, with Wolf you don't want too many cards with dead hands since this can't be normal summoner set, so maybe I'll just use one Wolf. That way I've still got my 6 ways of milling and everything. I want to keep the maximum draw power I can. You know, 42 cards for this deck is probably not too bad. Normally, personally, myself, guys, I would never go over the card limit. As I said, personally, I would never go over the 40 card limit myself, but for competitive decks, sometimes you do have to go over the 42 card limit to, obviously, as I keep saying, maximize out your options. Maximize your options. It's also good just because in general, Light Sworns, you know, they mill cards to the graveyard from the deck you don't want to deck out too quickly. So I think 42 cards I think is pretty good for this. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I do have quite a lot of high levels, but I've got many ways of using them and utilising them. And I've got ways of like destroying monsters on the field. I've got the basic stack roll. I've got Effect Veiler and my hand traps of Gores and Tragodia. I've got options to synchro with Plague Spreader and also with Effect Veiler if I need to. YGO to blow stuff up and Judgment Dragon to blow stuff up, Lila to get rid of back row, and just some extra cards just as backup to help summon stuff out and everything. So let's go into the extra deck now, shall we? Now, straight off the bat, some of the typical meta cards I know of that are used in the extra deck are things like Stardust Dragon. Some synchros may not be used as much as others, but they're still pretty good. Stardust Dragon and Black Rose Dragon, Ally of Justice. It'll be down at the bottom somewhere. Ally of Justice Castator, and put one of him in. What else? Now, forgive me if I don't max out the extra deck. As I said, I'm trying my best to remember how this deck was built and everything. Trying my best to remember what was used in it and what would be used now if the deck was built as of now. What else synchro wise? Of course, there was Brionakanat, but unfortunately Brionakanat is banned. Can't think of anything else at the moment, but I definitely know Utopia would be used since I do have plenty of level 4s. I might input into Utopia just to be on the safe side, actually. Then we have Gem Knight Pearl, just because he's just a good 24 attack beat stick. I have 2 level 5s as well, so I could. Let's have a look. XYZ, let's have a look for rank 5s at XYZs because I know there's 1 or 2 that are used. About the name, of course. Nope. Monster. Go down to XYZ again. Rank 5. There we go. Interesting. Nope, that's not what I'm looking for. Nope. 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 No, I don't have 3 level 5s, unfortunately. There they are. It's Tiras, Keeper of Genesis. This card can only be applied when so I'll put one of him in, and Address, of course, as well. Those 2 Chaos Monsters, I have seen them used in quite a few competitive builds that do have several level 5s. I'm just going to quick see. 2 level 5s. Oh, Volcasaurus, why not? It is basically a Ring of Destruction on legs. Just one of those. That should be more than it. Okay. What else? I've got plenty of level 2s, so I'm pretty sure there is. Oh, I can't remember its name. I'm pretty sure it's called Daichi or something. Gachi Gachi, there we go. Put in one of them because I can use my Raikos and everything. I've also got. What else? I've got level 8s as well. Or should I say, I've got quite a few level 8s. I've got Judgment, and I've got Blacklist Soldier, got Dark Arm. Was it Dark Arm Dragon 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It is, it's a level 7. Well, since there are a couple of level 7s, I am definitely going to put in one of these. Yeah, I'm making this quite an expensive deck with just this card alone. Jeez, oh. And since I've got rank 8s, I definitely know 2 other cards that I could add in. So we've got Overlord. Thank you. So definitely Overlord of Heliopolis because of its selective destruction. Now personally, just because I think it's pretty cool, I'm going to put 107. It's basically with Neo Galaxy Eyes. It's a pretty cool card, but it basically is a massive skill drain in the battle phase, which is pretty cool. So I'll put him in there. So I'm at 13. I'm just trying to remember other synchros that I can go into. So I'll look for level 6 synchros that are quite good nowadays. So I'll have a look there. Goyo Garden's still banned. I suppose you could put in Gaia Knight just in case, because it is a 26 attack beat stick. Or I might go for... Oh wait, not sure. One Earth Tune. Oh no, that wouldn't work, sadly. You could say maybe Iron Chain Dragon, just to mill stuff, so I'll put one of him in there. Although it depends on the thing. Drill Warrior. Oh, it's a Drill Synchron, so unfortunately I can't do that one. Doom Kaiser Dragon. More non-tune zombie type. Well, I don't have anything except for Necrofreeze, sadly. I just need one more. Oh, if I could put Brainiac in, I would. It's a Blackwing Tuna. Oh, wait a minute. What's that level 5? Hang on. Just have a look for level 5s. Cosmic Force Goldar? Nope. Oh, you could go for TG Hyper Librarian if you wanted, since you do synchro quite a bit in here. So I'll put him in, and I think I'll take Iron Dragon out, because there are some cards that are probably not a good idea. I'm pretty sure there's a level 5 but that is used. Oh, what's it called? Oh, sugar. What's it called again? Is it? Hang on. Let me try Crimson. There it is! Crimson Blader. How could I forget that? This is quite a good card, because as you can read there, it destroys opponents with monster by battle. You can't summon level 5 or higher. This is level 8, which I can get into, so definitely put it in. There we go. That is the extra deck done as well. So that's it for this video, guys. This is how I would build a competitive deck. Now, mind you, it is a very old deck archetype, but I decided to go for something that I have never built before. But I've given you my thoughts and processes on how it probably could be built, and I've actually managed to max out the extra deck for once, which is quite surprising, just based on what I have in this deck here. So to quickly brief over what this deck can do and everything, oops, silly me, we have of course the Judgment Dragon, and the Celestia, the Raikou, Trench of Tribute, Mirror Force, and Dark Cold to blow stuff up. We've got Lila and Heavy Storm to get rid of back row. We've got Erin for special summoning the Light Sworns. And of course we've got the classic of Blacklisted Soldier, Chaos Sorcerer for Chaos Elements, and Dark Arm Dragon to blow stuff up. Hand traps consisting of Gores, Tragoria, Effect Veiler. Necroface just to return back, remove from play monsters just in case you really do need them back. Plague Spreader for synchro options. Tsukiyomi just as a kind of defense thing, just in case. Got plenty of draw power. I've got Charge Light Brigade, Solar Recharge, Pot of Duality, Pot of Avarice. Got Monster Born for Resurrection. I don't think there's any other cards I can think of that could be put in there, to be honest, because I think that's pretty much it. Anyway, guys, as I said, I hope you really enjoyed. I hope this helps on thinking how to build competitively. But as I said, this is just from my own personal experience and personal thoughts and everything. You know, everybody's different with their deck building. But I hope this helped. So take care, everybody. Thanks again, and we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye!